These are the richest bases that I've made in 99 Nights in the Forest. Starting out with the literal richest base, where my friend Bemby Block and I got a ton of materials and got pretty rich. Then the biggest food base, where I was pretty much in charge of the entire world supply of food. And finally the boys versus girls base, where I think I bought almost every single piece of furniture at the time. So let's get into it. Today, I'm gonna be building the richest base in 99 Nights in the Forest with my friend Bemmy Block.
Yes, I am here to be his worker and his companion.
Yeah, I am quite lonely when I make these, not gonna lie. So we both have the max level lumberjack, and we're gonna be building a pretty big base, but also the richest base, which means we're gonna get a ton of resources, and it's gonna look pretty good in the end. And with his help, it should be a lot faster than normal.
I hate to break it to you, but I just cut down a tree and accidentally planted the two saplings where they fell and didn't pick them up.
Maybe we shouldn't record this video, I'm not gonna lie. So let's see. I'm gonna build us the map because we gotta figure out where we're going.
Joke's on you, I know where I'm going.
All right, where's the White House?
North Dakota.
That's probably right. We both have the good axe already, but we both will need to most likely get bunny feet to get the good sack.
Actually, the pelt trader, he just gives me it for free because I have aura.
Oh, really? The aura discount?
Yeah, no, actually.
Night is approaching. Officially the game's warning that it's your bedtime.
I'm looking at the deer on night one. What do I do? Do I give him my tax information?
I think the deer, I think it's just your social security and your credit card number, but you do have to say it out loud with your mic unmuted.
1, 2, 4.
Found a bandage for when I need to revive you later.
Oh, I got Robux. Don't worry, buddy. Hey, you put the map really close to the wood grinder here, and it's making me uncomfortable. I feel like it's watching me.
See, here's this thing. I don't know if you knew this, but you can hit click M, and it just shows you the map wherever you are.
Oh, that must be the little M circle indicator on the top right.
Yeah, it's like the 27th letter of the alphabet.
Alphabet has 5 letters. Oh, that's good. I got a good sack. That's huge.
Actually, it's just the good sack. The giant sack comes later. So now we do have level 4 fire. I want to go get the first and second kid.
Why?
Because they will work for us too, actually.
Yeah. No, that's okay.
All right, let's go this way.
Hey, my sack is better than yours.
That's cool. I have a gun.
Your sack is better than mine.
That's what I thought.
Oh, so you'll take care of these, right?
I only have like 9 bullets, maybe not.
That's right. I learned this really cool circular attack melee strat. Someone named Alex Blocks.
Oh, sounds weird. All right, we can get the first kid down here. There's also a chest if you want to come grab that.
Guaranteed giant sack.
So I think the next thing we should focus on is getting a stable food source. So we're gonna need a ton of wood for that. So for now, all the saplings that we get, just plant those, and we'll chop them down for wood. And because we're the lumberjack, they'll actually give us more saplings back. It's called an ROI. I don't know if you heard of that, but if you invest in tree stalks, they actually go up 10% month over month.
Did you say aura?
No.
I think he said aura, and then questioned as to why he was saying it. He said ROI.
So I think we just need one more farm plot, and then we gotta get the crock pot. All right, we can get one more farm plot. We can also upgrade the bench, and then now we can get the sundial, regular bed, compass, and now we just need to upgrade the crafting bench again and get the crock pot because I'm starving. Wait a second. If you're Bemmy Block, then why is there an X in your name?
Can we not talk about my ex?
Oh, that's fair. Seems oddly green out today.
Something mysterious is flying above you. I believe that is a government drone, and we need to shoot it down.
That won't get you arrested and put in jail for the rest of your life.
You have the gun. Shoot at him.
No, thanks. I'm good. I'd rather keep my life. All right, I got us a crock pot. I also got us a good bed. Crock pot's gonna go right here in the middle. How about we have the right side? So this side that I'm standing on, we'll have it for my carrots, and the left side will be for your carrots.
What if I'm looking at it from this way and this is my right?
Oh, and also, crock pot is only usable for, I think, 3 minutes out of the day.
Yeah?
Yeah. So if anything, I would give me your carrots, and I promise I'll give you a fair amount of food.
I don't know if brother is lying to me.
No, bro, I would never lie. I would totally never lie. See, the crock pot, it's actually a subscription service where if you pay $5 a month, you actually get unlimited access, and you get access to their gold card where you can spend in their restaurant.
Okay, so it's like Costco. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just they don't have good gas. All right, I made my food. I'm gonna chop down all these trees for the wood and the saplings.
I don't really have many interest in getting the children. I find it triggering that they get lost every time.
Yeah, it's like every time we save them, they just go back for some reason. It's like Mario and Princess Peach.
Yes, I always hated Princess Peach.
All right, whenever you have any fuel, put that in the biofuel processor. It'll give us more.
You're assuming I'm doing things for our best interest.
I would hope so. Oh, by the way, Aunt Lolly and Uncle Tito, they're coming to visit us real quick.
I don't believe in uncles. If I stand on this tree, they can't get me. Have fun.
Oh, that's interesting.
I found out how to never get killed by the cultists.
This actually is kind of easy, not gonna lie.
Hey, we got this squirrel over here staring at us.
Interesting. I actually forgot to mention that Cousin Tito's coming over as well. What I want to do now, those get a bunny foot because the pellet trader's back.
Got a mid sack, buddy.
I actually have the worst sack. You have the mid sack.
All right, thanks. Oh, dear leader, I have gotten so much scrap in my good sack. You'll be happy.
I'm kind of afraid of how much you might have gotten. I'm gonna get us a boost pad. Put that right here.
Look at all this scrap. Watch the scrap pile.
12 to 42. You got 30 whole scrap. Congratulations. Now we need to go get the second and third kid.
As much as I don't want to, I'll do it because you're my leader.
Gonna plant these saplings beforehand. Gotta remember to have that investment on opportunity because the longer that you keep your money in a Roth IRA, the more money that the government won't take from you.
Is that what those aliens are here for?
Yeah, probably. I didn't pay my taxes last year. Oh, wait. We have the Stronghold here, too. So we can get the second kid and the Stronghold.
All I have is I don't have a weapon, by the way. How'd you get that?
You can have this one. There we go. So let's get the second kid, and then we can go loot the Stronghold. All right, get the Stronghold. We'll need that. Oh.
What? No, I want to pay the Robux. I want to pay the Robux.
I'm faster at it. No, bro.
Coming back. Don't worry.
All right, I just cleared the first floor. There we go. Second floor done.
Is that the Fortnite battle pass?
Actually, it is, yeah. Hey, I'd watch out if I were you.
Don't worry. Bemi block. Singular block to the rescue. I lured one down here. He's dead. Coming upstairs. I am one shot. What do I do? Watch this. Bang. I'm peeking him. I'm peeking him. Can you see me?
I actually do see that. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Hold on. He's literally never played someone like me before. Unfortunately for him. Yeah, it's tough, buddy. Is there more?
Nope, that's it. You won. Now you have to revive me.
I need bandages. Guess I'm buying them.
Oh, yeah, you did revive me. Thank you, sir. Now open up the mythic chest and get the cultist gems and get pretty much everything. All right, let's get the fire to max level so we can use his wood. There we go. Fire is max level. Now we can start planting our saplings around the white line. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I'm dead. I'm so dead. I lost. I'm dead. I'm a dead man. I am the deadest man. No way. I jumped on the tree. Dude. Oh, I'm dead.
What is going on?
I'm gonna need you to come get me, sir.
You didn't tell me there was bad guys here.
Hey, by the way, there are bad guys here.
Would you like to buy revive friend? Sure.
Thanks. Appreciate you, bro. So I'm gonna go loot as much as possible on the edges. So I'd recommend stay there, get the third kid, and if we loot around the edges, we're more likely to get a strong axe, which will be super helpful.
Come here, Timmy Jr.
I'm gonna go try to... I still have the old sack.
Yeah, can you find a better sack?
That would help a lot right now.
Oh, I just got a giant sack.
Oh, wait. I should be good. I found a base. Oh, let's go. Strong axe. Got it already. I'll let you know if I find a second one. I found a second one right next to it. Yeah. Come to where I'm at in the map and I'll show you where it is.
I just put Timmy back in a... Hold on. Let me boost to you. Bro is on the outskirts of Zimbabwe right now.
I am, yeah. I don't know if I can bring the axe. Actually, I think I can, yeah. I'm inside the base. I'm bringing the axe out.
I'm right here. What are you doing?
Bringing it back to the base.
I just came to you. Give me the axe.
No, you gotta go get it.
What are you talking about?
Can you find it?
I am low on food and health. Where's the axe?
I spy with my little eyes something red. There you go. All right, I'm going back to the base now. I still haven't gotten a better sack yet, which is why out of this chest, I'm going to get a bear attack. All right, I'm going to get us a fourth kid, and then we're going to build that wall with no political affiliation at all.
I don't get it. Can you explain the joke in under 30 seconds?
So there was this guy.
All right, thanks. I can't promise you this base perimeter is going to be the most perfectly circular, but in terms of being wealthy, we don't need perfection of the circumference.
All right, got the fourth key. Now I'm going to get the fourth kid, and I need a giant sack. Oh, there we go. I actually did get the giant sack.
I told the chest to do it for you.
Oh, appreciate you, bro.
All right, so we got 3 red shirts, cultists here, and I'm by myself, and Timmy is not helping.
Yeah, honestly, I think the kids are kind of lazy, not gonna lie. Like, they need discipline in their lives.
I wish we could save people that are actually grateful.
I know. Dude, they just kind of like sit around as if they're, I don't know, kids.
Yeah, I can't stand them. Anyways, I'm doing good. Oh, I might die. This brings up my Robux spending to probably 400 Robux.
So now I'm gonna get us the 2 next beds, and we'll be getting the max amount of days per day. Oh, wait, we need a lot more wood in the crafting bench. Yo, bro missed the circle by a mile. Oh, you gotta fix this. Dude, you missed the circle by half a mile, man. Oh, that's not good.
What?
Look. You see how this curves? The line is all the way out here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't see a line.
Dude went from like the slightest curve in the world to a 90-degree angle.
No. Listen to me. Okay, you've done perfect circles before. Let's have it have a little family room back here, a little living room where it just jut out like that, okay?
All right. If you can do that, that'll look nice then.
Trust the vision, all right?
All right. If not, I'm docking your pay.
Oh, I'm getting paid.
Whenever you get a cultist gem, save it. We're gonna pile that up. So any material that you get is rare, like the cultist gems, let's just put that to the side.
All right, time to build my living room.
I'm also gonna get us the ammo crate because we're gonna need that. Gonna put it behind the crafting bench so we can spend scrap on ammo.
You're gonna be in complete awe at this structure.
All right, so now that we're getting sapling, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go loot for the riches, and then you're gonna do the planting the sapling saplings because I think that would be the safest job for you, you know, workforce, safety, environment.
If I get injured, I can sue.
Yeah, exactly. Found another cultist base. Oh, that's also what we need. Not just engines, but washing machines to wash the clothes that are literally made out of leather and iron. Oil barrel, there we go. Gonna need, oh, mythic chest too. That's what we need. Need the chainsaw. You know what? Do you want to come open this? Because only one person can open it. And if you get the chainsaw, it'll be much faster for you.
Chainsaw, 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 bang! What the?
Riot shield.
Polizia.
So that, you basically just use that when you're about to die. So that you take less damage. You hold that out. Oh, there's another base right here. I'm gonna loot that too. Gonna head back to the base with our very, very nice riches. You want to go to the alien mothership?
Is there an alien fathership?
Sadly, no.
Aren't I just the sapling worker?
All right, that's fine. I'll go take on a whole alien race without you. I see the sapling that you meant to pick up.
Well, okay, well, I told you it was there.
All right, I'm going to sort out our loot for some that I'm going to grind up, and for some we're going to keep to show our wealth. We're already getting a bunch of good stuff. We got 3 cultist gems, 3 oil barrels, a washing machine, and 2 engines. The tree wall is looking very nice, I will say. It's coming together quite nicely.
Not everything has to be a circle. I think, you know what? Some of us just need to play Minecraft here.
We quite literally are right now with these trees. All right, I'm going to make us an oil drill, but not for the fire. We're going to have that off to the side, generating us more oil barrels because it's a proper return on investment. Just like that. I'm gonna go get us some more stuff as well. Dude, I already found 3 oil barrels. We're gonna have a ton of those.
Is this the Middle East? Someone call George Bush.
I mean, I think I'd rather refrain from that. Got another engine. Another engine. Just found 3 bandages, so we won't have to spend any more Robux.
I mean, I'm okay with that.
Another engine. You know what? I'm gonna bring you something back. I appreciate your hard work, and I got something for you.
Oh, if this is a chainsaw and bro stayed silent.
All right. Where are you at?
Building a wall.
Okay. Now, I know you're working really hard, so I thought that this fan would cool you off.
Oh, my biggest fan!
Quite literally, yeah. Did you just put that in the scrap?
No, that was a different fan.
Oh, well, good thing I have another one right here. I'll hold it above your head. Hopefully it'll cool you down while you work. All right, let's give you a nice haircut. Hold up. Let me take a little bit off the side. Let me pick it up a little closer. Cut off a little bit off the side. Yep.
Nice.
A little off the top. And some
I
off
look
the
great.
back. All right, there you go. Your bald head has been changed to a bald head. Oh, there we go. Reach day 99.
Video's over.
No, it ain't. We are stacking up quite a lot of stuff now, though. There we go. Another washing machine. And an oil barrel. And another oil barrel. And another washing machine. You building it square again?
Why? So you see, if you just this and then do this, then the video's over.
What if you do this? All right, I see your point.
I'm the base builder here.
All right, furniture trader is back. I will go trade with him.
You're not paying me to be here, so you can't
What is
question
this?
I'm going. Listen. I am going. This is my plan. I'm doing a little bit of curve so I can go through and then bang like this.
What are you building? Every shape there is. First, we have a circle. Then we have a square line. Then we have another square line with a pyramid. And then we go down to a triangle.
This little cushion right here is gonna be for when you get upset. This is your crying corner.
Oh, really? Well, I need to go stand in there right now. Then move out the way.
Hey, listen. I did a little bit of mining off camera.
Oh, yeah, totally. Me too. I did a little bit of grabbing loot off camera. All right, now let's put out our riches. All right, let's see. What else? What do we not need out of this? Okay, I think that's good. Put all these washing machines here. More oil barrels. More cultist gems. We're getting rich off of this. I'm gonna go loot that stronghold.
Can you believe that I got all of this for us?
Oh, really? Tell me, where do you find the washing machines at?
Walmart.
You do make a good point. No way.
What is going on?
Can you come to the stronghold? There's like 17 bandages around me. It won't cost you any Robux. If you peek your gun around the corner, they won't know. Oh.
Yes! Clutch!
Oh, nice. Okay, fair enough. Well, now I can use my gun. See ya. Have fun with your desk job.
I'm released from my shift of saving you.
Yeah, bro, appreciate it. Now you gotta go walk the deer.
The deer! This is not okay. I need help. I'm one shot, chat.
Oh, wait, these can be part of our riches. We got the cultist prototype and the cultist experiment. Very rare deluxe items. Furniture trader's back. Also, if you end up getting some wood, put it into the biofuel because we're about to run out of fire.
I actually have been ignoring all the wood, so there's a bunch of wood everywhere.
Oh, perfect. There we go. We have built the most convenient wall.
Let me tour the base, okay? Pretend this is wall here. So it started off good, little circle, and then I went way too far in, so I said, oh no, and then I made a little right turn angle, which looks nice, I'm not gonna lie. And then I curved some more just to feel like I'm contributing. We have the little crying corner over here, just in case you want to just shut yours. And then it goes diagonal because I got lazy, and then a little bit circular, and then I got super lazy easy.
Now what we have to do is build one more layer of walls.
I almost just Alt F4'd out of the game, even though I knew you were joking.
First, we're gonna hit up the furniture trader, and then we're gonna go get the hammer for both of us. Here, you can actually pet this dog on his belly. He looks like a good boy. All right, I'll get all the furniture for us. Oh, we got a lot in here. All right, cool, perfect. There's a cooldown for the hammer. All right, so I'm gonna put down all of our furniture. I'm gonna make some stew because I'm starving.
Oh, me too.
Oh, appreciate you, G. I'll just die to death over here. Dude, this is a lot of stuff. I think there might be more oil barrels outside as well. All right, so now that I have the hammer, I'm gonna pick up all of our stuff. Like every single item I'm gonna pick up, and then I'm gonna drop it, and we're gonna have to place it. And can you please stop following me around with a gun, sir?
I'm making sure you're hammering everything.
All right, let's see. What else do we have? Oh, we have all these. Now I'm gonna drop all of our stuff over here, and you and I are gonna have to speed build because we're very rich and we do things very quickly, very efficiently. We're gonna have to speed build our base to make it look as nice as possible. Put this here. We have a mossy trellis. We're gonna use that for a farm back here. Building the farm back here, by the way, so if you want to add to that, you can. Fairy lights. We're putting that on the Kraken Kids tent.
I'm gonna put the map facing the wall so you can't actually read it.
That is genius. Gonna put the rugs like this, give a little bit of a room look.
I'm gonna put the beds to where the pillows are being glued through the trees.
That looks nice. Looks nice.
I'm gonna put a chair facing all the beds so I can read them story time. What the heck is a hedgerow intersection?
Oh, that's the thing that makes California traffic so bad. All right, I think I have the last of it. I'm gonna put a little wooden nightstand next to the beds that are literally through the trees. I'm gonna put a seat for me somewhere, and I think that is all of our furniture. All right, now we gotta put all of our riches up for display, just for us to see though, not the cultists. We are not flexers over here. All right, looking nice.
I'm gonna die if this doesn't cook fast enough. Please,
Your house
please,
is literally
please.
going down.
Hurry, 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 hurry! Cook faster!
Well, I'm glad I have a bandage.
I don't want to play anymore.
So now I'm gonna put all of our stuff onto the shelves. It totally isn't glitching out or anything.
Hey, this looks great.
Oh, also, can you get the cultist gems for me? All right, that is the richest base in 99 Nights in the Forest. We have so much stuff, an entire wall all around the base. And would you like to give us a tour of the base, my good sir?
All right, tour. So as you see, we have a beautiful perimeter around the base. I would like to acknowledge that me, Bemi Block, singular block, made that beautiful perimeter on the base. It was not done by him at all. Here we have a lovely cooking station to make their favorite carrot stew. Over here we have a table, which is disguised as a trampoline because you can actually jump on it very nicely. We have a lightning rod here that tells lightning, hey, please strike here. And if it lights us on fire, oh well. Over here we have the sundial, which is when you dial, your sun shows up when you dial it. Over here we have Minecraft Farm Simulator. Actually, right here you can see the golden bananas being grown, which are the best Minecraft food.
Oh, no way. They actually grew.
I told you. Over here we have Bemi Block reading corner. Now, we got our lights on the surrounding areas. And when all the kids are in bed, I can read them their favorite nighttime story, which this week's story is about the boy who cried...
Alpha Wolf.
Alpha Wolf. Oh, yeah, works better. The Alpha Wolf, yeah. We have our lovely array of items. I mean, we can take over a literal country with all this oil we have.
So what would you give this baiting out of, this base a rating out of 10?
I'd probably give it a 8.9. I would give it a 0, but the perimeter of the trees looks really nice.
Oh, yeah, we should fix that.
If you chop down my trees, I'm leaving.
All right. You know, it's the end of the video. That's why. It's the end of the video. That's why. So thank you guys for watching. Subscribe and click on this video here if you want to see a video made by Bemi Blocks while we get attacked by a bunch of cultists trying to kill us. Because the fishing update is now here, I can build one of the coolest bases in the game. I'm going to be building the biggest food base, where I'm going to have 3 walls. One with the max level fire ring, the second where we have 5 torches expanding the base, and the third where we have 10 torches expanding the base, all with different types of food. Now, you just saw it, but I have no idea what we're going to do with this base yet. I'm not sure which food we're going to put in which ring, but I do know it's going to look very cool. Now, I did just realize, though, I'm playing the fisherman. Instead of playing the fisherman, I'm actually going to play the farmer. That way, we can get a ton more food, and that should be more efficient than just getting better fish. So, let me quickly get fire level 3, and we're also going to be getting all 4 kids for this base. All right, fire level 3. Now, I do need to go find a weapon before we go get the first kid, because I do want to be careful. I don't want to die. Or actually, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take all this coal, and this might be enough to get me to fire level 4. See if this works. Almost. Let me actually just get a bit more wood, and we can get level 4 fire pretty much right off the bat, and hopefully that'll help us find a weapon faster. All right, there we go. Got 3 wood left over for a map as well. We're already doing pretty good. We're gonna build this base as fast as possible, giving us more time to make it really good. There we go. Okay, we got a rifle before even anything else, but this will be good enough to go get the first kid and definitely the second kid. We just need enough ammo. Wait, whoa. I think they fixed it. The farmer used to not actually give you apple trees, but we just got an apple tree. Interesting. Okay, so I could pick the apples just like this by putting it in the sack, and I think you cut it down just like any other tree. So actually, that'll help us to get a bunch of apples. We could use that as part of our food. So we're just gonna start a little pile right here, and right now I'm just eating a bunch of morsels because I don't have any stable source of food yet. But let me get the good sack real quick, and now let's go get the first kid. All right, first kid is safe. I'm also gonna get the good axe with the... Oh, interesting. Wait, why in the world would I trade for an old rod? I'm actually a little bit curious about that. There's like 17 of them back here. Yeah, I see them right there. They're all right here. I wonder, why does he trade them? That's interesting. Maybe in the future they won't have this building here. I'm not sure. But let me try to cut down this apple tree, see if it gives more wood or less wood. Yeah, it seems to be about the same wood. We got 3 right here, 3 right here, 3 and 3. Okay. Now for this base, I'm gonna have to get an absolute ton of scrap because we're gonna be using shelves to build our walls. And each of those, although they're only 2 scrap, it is still gonna be a lot of shelves. All right, we just got level 5 fire. We also got a spear. So let me use that to go get the second kid. And I'm trying to think what we should do for this base. I'm thinking the inner ring should be the more rare foods because I'm not gonna have as many of them. And then the outer ring should be something just ridiculously easy. So I think the outer ring, what we should do is, because even we're playing the farmer class, the outer ring should be full of fruit or vegetables that you grow out of the ground. Don't think you can grow any fruits in this game yet. Actually, I can grow the apple because I'm the farmer, so we might put that in the outer ring as well. Well, it's a little difficult to get the second kid when all 4 of them are chasing you, so let me revive. All right, second kid is now safe. I do need more rifle ammo before I go get the third kid though, but we have a ton of wooden scrap, so let me upgrade the crafting bench twice, and then let me also start to get farm plots, which we're gonna be using these in these asterisk like patterns. So right now it's in a plus sign, but you can plant, I don't know, like 10 of them on top of each other by doing it diagonally and very precisely, which will allow me to literally water like 10 farm plots all at once, making this way more efficient. And because I'm the farmer and I have the max level, every single farm plot will get me at least 1 pumpkin. So we're gonna have a very nice food source and also a lot of pumpkins for our wall. But in order to start the wall, we do need the level 6 fire. So let me get the sundial just so I know what time of day it is. We got a minute 40. I think I should just go out and loot, try to get some fuel, and then come back to the base. Okay, this is perfect. I just found chili seeds. I'm gonna pick those up. I'm also picking up all these fruits and vegetables, and the chilies will actually add a lot to our variety. Now, the one thing I do need to do better is that I haven't been picking up cakes, I've been eating them. So instead, we need to pick up the cakes and bring them back, and I'm wondering how many we can get. Got a bunch of fuel. Don't think this is enough for fire level 6 though. We're about halfway so far. All right, just got another farm plot. So we put it just like this, and we can put a bunch more when we have the wood for it. So let me actually go get more wood, and then we'll also replant the saplings, and while we're going out and getting scrap and fuel, we should have enough food for what we need. We only really need 20 farm plots and maybe a few other things. I'm not exactly sure yet. We're gonna have to think about that. All right, we already got some of our food to grow, but now I'm gonna start separating it. So pumpkins we'll put here, we'll pick up the apples and we'll put them over here, add our carrots right here, and corn off to the side. Now these are all most likely gonna be in the outer ring, and then I'll probably put fish on the middle ring because fish are decently easy to get. But as for the inner ring, I'm wondering what we can do. But let me just get some chilies real quick because I do see a bunch of them around me now. All right, there we go. Got 25 chilies, and I'm actually gonna go grab a few more. I also do want to get the berries. These are gonna be nice for the base. Put our berries off to a separate pile, and so far everything's going good. I just do need to go get more fuel. So let me also get a biofuel processor and a boost pad. I also just realized we do need to get the third kid. So we found the place by accident, but I do need to take care of these wolves too because I prefer life. Not having bite marks in your legs is actually a pretty cool feeling. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced it, but that's what I'm trying to do right now. Got the bear pelt, which will give us the final pelt trade, and an oil barrel. These are what we need right now. Got the strong axe too. That'll actually help us to get some wood. There we go. All right, we're back to the base. My fire is also about to go out, so it's a good thing we have fuel. Third kid is back at the base as well. Pelt trader also just showed up. That's perfect timing. And we have more apple trees as well. Let me get the iron armor. We need that right now. I'm getting close to dying quite a lot. All right, let's see. Do the apples just fall? Okay, they do. So you can just cut down the trees and the apples will be there. All right, we're about to hit fire level 6. I'm just gonna get a few of these carrots. We're gonna be growing a ton of them anyway, and that should get us to the max level. There we go. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut down all the trees we have right here and get a few more farm plots just so we can get our fruit up pretty quickly because we are gonna be filling up an entire level 10 torch wall with a bunch of vegetables and fruit. That's probably gonna take quite a lot, so it's always good to start as soon as possible. I'm also curious how many farm plots you can get in one spot. So let me craft 2 more, and with this will be 5. So there we go. There's 4, and there's first 5. Use the watering can as well. There we go. So now we need to build an entire wall made out of shelves around this circle, and then we'll make it bigger with torches. So one thing I just realized, the apples seem to be bugged. If you pick them up after chopping down a tree, they don't appear in your sack. There's nothing in here. And I'm not eating them too because my hunger bar is not going up. So for now, I'm just going to eat and they don't even work. Okay, so don't just chop down the tree. Make sure you pick off the apples if you can. So in order to preserve the apples, I'm going to plant these in a line like this. Not as a wall, but just to have them a little bit separate. But we do also have 50 more wood, which means we're going to have a total of 10 farm plots now. So I wonder, can we plant all these? There's 6, there's 7, there's 8, there's 9, and there's 10. 10 farm plots in 1. It almost looks like a circle now, but because I can water them all at the same time, it makes it a lot easier. But now let's make all of our shelves, which will actually be 30 old shelves already, and let's see if we can fill in this first wall. All right, we just placed all of them. That's 30 shelves, and we are close to being done. We have about 25% left to go. But now what I'm gonna do, we're gonna go get a bunch of scrap because we're gonna need about 60 for all 10 of our torches and also a ton more for the walls. So I'm gonna be looking for things like washing machines, tires, microwaves, and also the engine. And we will also make a crock pot. That way I can have food whenever we go out, but also for the wall, which might be what we make our inner wall. Inner wall will be stew, then we'll have fish, then we'll have fruits and vegetables. That actually might work. Or maybe the inner wall could be, I actually do have a few ideas now, because what are we going to do about things like cooked meat and cooked steak? Or cooked morsel and cooked steak? Not exactly sure, but at least I have ideas now. We also did get the morning star, so not bad. All right, this is really good. We found a very big lake with the bones in it, and we also found the 4th kid's location. So let me see if we can get the 4th kid really quick. All right, this will be the last bear. Key fell right in there too, and we got the 4th kid. And a mythic chest. And we got the riot shield. I don't think I've ever actually used the riot shield other than just holding it out. Okay, this is not good. My flashlight just ran out of battery, and we're out in the very outer ring with a bunch of bears and the deer chasing me. I hear his footsteps, but I don't see him. We're also low on hunger, so I need to make it home as fast as possible. All right, we're back to base. I'm gonna eat a couple pumpkins. All right, 4th kid is safe, slightly over the apples, but that's fine. And our apple tree grew, so now let me grab all these by hand. There's also a few of them that seem to be in between. Yeah, right there. Okay, this is interesting. We got a bunch of our farm plots to grow. We also got a piece of cake. So let me put that off to the side. Let me grab all these pumpkins too. It's an insane amount of pumpkins. It's like 11 pumpkins in just one tiny spot. Insane. We're gonna have a lot of food. Grab all the corn as well. There were more pumpkins than corn. Then let me grab these 50,000 carrots. I'm also gonna use a few of these for some biofuel because we're gonna have a ton of them anyway. Let me also get this wood, and we're gonna see if we can build even more farm plots on top of the ones we already have. All right, we got 50 wood. Now I am gonna use half of it on building torches, or actually that was a little bit more than half, so that way we'll be ready for when we want to expand the base. So I'm gonna build 2 more farm plots, a bunch more shelves, which should definitely finish out the wall. Then we'll place our torches for the next wall. So let's see. All right, this will make 11, and this barely will make 12. Insane how you could just place all these right on top of each other. But now let's finish that wall. All right, this should be the last. Actually, I want to place 2 shelves just in case. I want there to be no gap. There we go. All right, the first wall is officially complete, and I do think we should make this inner wall full of, maybe not stew actually. Maybe the second layer could be, I'm not sure what I want to do. Meat is insanely hard to get. This amount of meat, oh, is absolutely ridiculous. This is going to be so hard to get. So the first wall, we're definitely making meat. We're going to make it cooked morsel, steaks, and maybe even a few ribs if we go to get some mammoths. Now we have fish and fruits and vegetables left, and also stew. Now I'm thinking that the middle wall will make it full of fish. I think that would look pretty cool. And then the outer wall, we will make that of stew and vegetables and all that. So stew will actually be with the vegetables. And we also got another piece of cake because we have so many farm plots. It's actually coming by pretty quick. All right, so I'm going to put my shelves off to the side, or at least the extra ones that we have. Then we're going to place our 5 torches around the kids' tent. So 1 for each tent. And then we'll also put 1 behind the campfire. So now the new wall is going to be out here with even more shelves filled with fish, which is probably going to take an insane amount of time. I'm hoping maybe that sharks will take up an entire shelf. That would help a lot, but I guess we'll have to find out. All right, so I think what I want to do now is we're going to go get our fishing rod to level 2. So I'm going to use these fishing spots right here. Actually, you know what? I don't want to use this one. I want to use one that's further out and is a level 2 lake. That way we can get some salmon a lot faster, and although it might be a little bit harder, the XP is worth it just because the mackerel barely gives you anything. All right, here we go. This should be a level 2 lake. The color does look different. Yeah, there we go. We already got a hard one right off the bat, and I failed. There we go. Yeah, that's a ton of XP, so we just got to keep doing this. All right, so far we got 6 salmon, and also we're halfway to level 2. There we go. Our rod is ready for upgrade, so let's grab all this salmon, and then I think I'm gonna go out to the level 3 lake to try and get the strong rod as fast as possible. Put it in there, get the upgrade. All right, so let me drop off these salmon. We're not gonna be cooking them because if we cook the fish, they're all gonna be the same same exact color. But now let's see, where is the fourth kid? I remember a lake being by where the fourth kid was held. Actually, don't see it. Okay, it might be right here, this bottom right. It is covered up by a chest a little bit. So we're gonna have to go down to the bottom right. We also got more trees growing in, which means I think we'll be able to finish out our farm plots and make as many as you could possibly build. Okay, we're not there yet, but we have 4 more farm plots, which means this will bring us up to 16 in one spot if we can get them all placed, which it seems like we'll be able to. There we go. It is insane how many of these you could place on top of each other. But now let me head down to where the fourth kid was kept and let's fish in that lake. Got another piece of cake, and here's the lake that I was looking for. So let's see what we can get. I'm thinking the swordfish shouldn't be too difficult. It might be just as difficult as the salmon was with the old rod. Okay, this is actually pretty easy. Hold up. Okay, it was a cultist gem. Nothing crazy. All right, now we got something going. That's the sword. Oh, dude. That gave me like a third of my XP. That is insane. All right, we got another one coming right here. All right. One more fish and we'll get the strong rod. All right, should be it. There we go. Rod is ready for upgrade. Let me take all this stuff back to the base. Okay, this is insane. This is just an insane amount of food. Now I'm gonna let it go by maybe a couple more days. That way they should actually, no, we're gonna do that later. I want to have all of them be in sync so that we have everything grow all at once. So for now, let's actually harvest all this. And in order to make a bunch of stew, I actually have a plan for that. I just need the materials to make the crock pot. It is insane how many pumpkins we have. We're starting to have more pumpkins than anything else. All right, let me go upgrade our rod. And then for today, we're gonna get some more wood just so that we can get the final farm plots that we need. And then we'll go back to fish some more for all the fish we're gonna need. We're gonna need an absolutely insane amount of fish, while also getting some wolves on the way, maybe even bears, and maybe even mammoths. That might be the most worth it, because mammoths are kind of easy to take down if you know what you're doing, and they do give a ton of food, but we'll see. I would like the tactical shotgun. That would help me a ton right now, but then again, the ammo is expensive, so I don't know. Okay, this will be enough to make all 20 farm plots, and we're gonna see. I'm assuming this will work. Place all of them. Yep, there's a spot right there, just barely. Try right here. Yep, there we go. And let's see, this might be a little difficult, but I do see it, so there we go. And there is all 20 farm plots in one place. So I'm just gonna water all of them, and then I'm gonna wait a few days to even harvest it. That way they'll all be on the same schedule, so we'll just have a ton of stuff growing all at once, harvest it, and then repeat. So now what I want to do is I want to head out and actually get more scrap. We'll have that for our wall, but also to make the crock pot, because we do want to start making stews as soon as possible. Okay, this is good. We got 2 bases and a water tower right next to each other. That's gonna be a lot of scrap, but first let me try to get my stuff without dying. There's so many animals around here right now. Now I could just snipe down at the crossbow guy, because he's actually the most dangerous. His aim is insane. I have no idea why they made the aim so incredibly crazy on this guy, because it used to be worse, but probably a while ago they made it better. Oh, you've got... Dude, what in the world was... That was Batman? Alright, take 2 to go get my stuff. Alright, I have to be careful. I'm gonna try to take these guys out one by... And there's a bear. Alright, I think I took out everybody. There's another wolf that just spawned, though. Alright, that should be everybody. I'm gonna check up on the roof just in case. Alright, there's one more guy off to the side, but at least he's not on the roof. 2 guys, okay. Got 1. Okay, I'm out of rifle bullets. This is not good, but I do have the things that are trying to chase after me inside of the base. So we'll just take that and we'll take all our stuff. I do need food right now, though, so I'm gonna take a med kit and eat some raw food. All right, let me just get the last 2 chests, and we'll actually have a ton of stuff. Now let me get the water tower, because this always has good stuff. Nothing here on the bottom. We did get a microwave and oil barrel, though. All right, I'm gonna quickly loot this base, which is pretty easy, because all you gotta do is get the stuff on the bottom just by running through, and then when you manage to parkour up top, no one can get to you. I do really badly need some food, though. Insanely badly. So I'm gonna take my morning star, and we're gonna go get an alpha wolf really fast and eat the raw steak. Okay, now I'm heading back to the base. This is a little dangerous to still be out, but furniture trader's here too, so let me grab these coins and then see what we can get. We can add a little bit to our base. Let's see what he's got. We're gonna get our rainbow fish lounger, we're gonna get the snowman and the icy throne. Then we'll get some flowers that'll help make the base look nice, and then we got the flowers. We'll also get the hedgerows, because it is a food base, so the hedgerows will look nice around the farm, even though the farm is tiny, so I wonder how we're even gonna use those. All right, we got 95 scrap, so that'll get us the crock pot. We just need a little bit of wood. All right, we got enough wood. Now I want to show you guys something interesting that I saw in a YouTube short. If I put my crock pot right here, then we build 4 wood rain storages and put them around just like this, pretty much touching the crock pot, just like this. This looks pretty good. We can now take an absolute insane amount of carrots, and instead of having to wait for our stew to cook, we could just drop all of the carrots into here, and it'll continue to make stews pretty slowly, because usually you have to take out the stew to do it faster, but it will still cook them pretty much automatically. So we're just just gonna shove all of our carrots into there. All right, we got a bunch of carrots in here. So that'll just start making us stews, of the which it's already made us two. All right, now that we got our crock pot going, let's make the second layer wall. So we're gonna craft as many shelves as we can, and then we're also gonna pick up the leftover ones we have. And I'm assuming we might be able to finish half of it. So let's start from right here and then work our way clockwise. Okay, I messed up a little bit right here. So I'm gonna instead go the other way, and then we'll eventually get a hammer to fix that. All right, so we have a little gap right here, but it shouldn't really matter too much. I just don't want to curve it inwards right here, because then that just leaves a wall in between it. It's like a secondary mini wall for this lake, but we're just gonna keep going. All right, here's our last shelf, and with that, we'll actually have finished more than half of the second wall. I just need the hammer to fix this little mistake right here. Okay, so now I'm gonna go get more scrap so we can finish the second wall, and then we'll finish the third wall, or at least that's what I'm planning on doing, and then we'll start getting meat for that inner wall, because the inner wall is gonna be the hardest. Getting meat is not easy. It takes a lot of ammo, or if I use the Morning Star, I should be able to get a lot of steak from wolves. I also got a mythic chest right here. We will take that. All right, thorn armor isn't bad. We'll take that. All right, we're running out of area to look for scrap, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the winter biome, make some bunny ears, because we already have 2 bunny feet, and then we'll get scrap over here, which should be slightly easier. Actually, I might as well just get the Arctic Fox Bell. I just got 2 already. Now it's 3. All right, we got 3 pretty fast. So let me go make that, and then getting scrap actually should be easy out here. There we go. We reached day 99 in 1 minute less than 2 hours. So we got a little bit longer to go until we can finally get this base finished. Just doing a ton of preparation right now. We have 130 scrap. This should be good enough to definitely finish the second wall and also get a huge portion of the last wall done. I have no idea how many shelves I have. 130 shelves though should be about 65 shelves. And there we go. Second wall is complete. But before we build the third wall, I do need to make more torches. So we're gonna have to go get a little bit more scrap. But then we can start filling this thing out with as much food as possible. All right, we've waited quite a few days for our farm. So now let's finally harvest it. And all 20 farm plots should be synced up. So we got 17 pieces of corn, probably 20 pumpkins. Yeah, there we go. Exactly 20. It's an insane amount. Got a piece of cake, extra piece of corn that I didn't get. And now an absolute insane amount of carrots, which we're gonna drop both a little bit into the fire to get that up and also into the stew maker. All right, fire is about max. And then let's just keep dropping these in here. All right, this looks pretty good. Starting to even cover up the crock pot a little bit, but we'll let that go. And now I think the best thing to do is to go... Actually, you know what? We're gonna fish a little bit right here. With the strong rod, it probably is gonna be really easy. That way we can get a ton of fish for this second row, because there's no way I'm filling the entire second row with sharks. That is insanely hard. No way. I got a clownfish the first try. That's insanely rare, is it not? Yeah, I got a mackerel the second try. I guess if I keep fishing, I'll tell whether or not the clownfish first try is rare. It seems to be insanely rare. Okay, that's interesting. I got 2 clownfish now, and although I'm getting mostly mackerel, I do think that the 2 clownfish is insanely rare. What in the world? Yo, I just got a swordfish out of here. I have no idea how rare that is. Actually, you know what? It might actually be worth to fish out by where the 4th kid was, because that's a level 3 lake, and I'm thinking if I put mackerel here, how many can I fit? 6 mackerel per shelf, but a swordfish, I actually don't know that. I actually have no idea to tell, but I do think I might be able to fit less swordfish per shelf, which should fill up the shelves faster. But for now, let's take all of our fish and we'll put them over here. All right, I seem to have messed up the timing for our fruit to grow, or maybe there is no way to sync it up, because now it seems like it's not synced up, but we'll still harvest it anyway. All right, this is actually starting to lag me out a little bit. It's about full, pretty close to being full, but I think I'm just gonna let that sit for a while because it is starting to lag me a little bit. Now let me go out and get some more scrap, which we'll need for some torches. All right, we're back to the base. I'm starting to run a little bit low on scrap, or at least areas to find scrap, but we can make our last 5 torches and even more shelves, so that's good. So now let's place our torches, 1 more behind the crafting bench, and then 1 more for each of the kids' tents. All right, so now let me pick up, I'm gonna just pick up half of these, and then now we have the room to make the final wall for the base. Now the 10 torch wall works a little weird because I can only build out this far, but it does say I have more room, so we'll have to build just as close as we can to the edge. All right, with this we finished just about half of the wall, so now let's pick up the rest of our shelves and see what we can do. This does give me confidence though, because we are running a little bit low on scrap, but we're almost done. All right, with this we actually don't have much left, maybe 30% of the wall left to create, and then we can start filling it in. But let me also get some more food because, dude, I have no idea just how much corn and pumpkins and carrots we're gonna need for that final wall. I'm also gonna start putting off my carrots to the side. Maybe we could fill up a few shelves with these as well because our stew maker is just full right now and I don't want to lag us out. Actually, it's not that full anymore, but I don't want to make it full again. All right, I'm gonna head out today to get what should be the last bit of scrap that we need. But let me actually grab some food first. I don't want to starve. You know what? In order to get a little bit more scrap, I'm gonna take out the first level stronghold. That way we get the cultist prototype and maybe even the experiment, but I know we at least get 2 of whichever ones it gives me. So let's actually do that. Shouldn't be too difficult, especially with the morning star. And there we go. So we got a prototype, an experiment, gem of the forest fragment, 2 cultist gems, and now we got the mythic chest. Hoping for a tactical shotgun because that will help us to get... There we go. Okay, perfect. Actually, that will help us to get a ton of meat. I'm actually gonna start bringing back some as well. I think the first places that I want to go check are the places where the kids were held because there should be just a ton of meat right there. All right, the stew maker is starting to go down a bit, so I'm gonna just put these carrots off to the side, and then we'll pick up all the stew, of which I have no idea how much is in here. It is a lot. All right, just start dropping these, and there we go. Probably doubled or even more this pile right here. All right, so let's take the scrap that we have. We'll build almost as many shelves as we can just so we don't waste, and let's see if we can finish this 3rd wall. Then we'll just go get as much meat as we possibly can with the new tactical shotgun we got. All right, I'm glad we didn't build too many shelves because now I only have 1 extra and all 3 walls are done. So now we're gonna have to fill these up like crazy. We're gonna start with the inner wall. We're gonna leave everything else and just start with the inner wall with meat. So let me start by putting some cooked morsel right here, and then we'll put some cooked steak right here, and then we'll work the steak this way and the cooked morsel this way. Dude, it is just insane. We have a mountain of pumpkins over here. I'm just eating pumpkins for food right now. All right, I got my tactical shotgun. Don't know how many shots. Okay, we got the owl too. That's not good. I'm also about to die, and I don't have any heals on me, so I'm gonna have to be very careful with how I hand. And I'm dead. All right, we got a bunch of food. I think we also got 2 polar bear pelts. We got 1 here, and I think another one from the polar bear we killed earlier. Just need to find that. We also have more meat here, so I'm gonna remember to come get that. But for now, I think what we can do is make the polar bear helmet. Yep, we should be good to do so. There we go. Now I'm gonna try to kill a mammoth and see if that is worth it. All right, let's see how this goes. It will give us a few ribs when we kill the mammoth as well. All right, there we go. We got actually a bunch of steak, but I don't think that's worth it because although the steak does give you more hunger, we're just trying to fill the shelves right now. Okay, this is perfect. We got a fishing spot right here. So what I'm gonna do is keep backing out of it until we get a shark, and that way we could see how many sharks will fit on a shelf. All right, we got our first one. We also did just get the old boot, so we'll take that, but I did forget the shark thing. So although I'm kind of glad we got the old boot, I do need to get sharks. All right, we got all the meat here. There might be a bit more back here. Okay, perfect. All right, let me start sorting some of this meat that we have. Gonna try to grab all the morsels and then just place them on the shelves. But we have so much stuff right here, and I think we could fit about 4 morsels per shelf. Yeah, okay, so it's not dropping anymore, which is actually pretty good because morsels are easier to get than steaks, and actually less of them go on each shelf. All right, this is what we have so far. Almost 3 shelves of steak. We had a little bit of ribs on there, but one of them fell off, and a ton of cooked morsels. So we're not halfway done, but I think we're about 25, maybe 30% done. So this is gonna be a little difficult. So now let me see if I can find the location where the 3rd kid was kept. Here was the 1st. I think here was the 2nd, but I don't see the 3rd, and that's not a good sign. Okay, the meat is now starting to fall like it's moon gravity. I think we have so many pieces of things like the vegetables back at the base that we're starting to lag out the game. Oh yeah, this is not looking good. This is not good. Okay, this is pretty bad. All right, we got some meat pretty fast. We're also gonna grab this scrap because I'm thinking for fishing we might as well make a teleporter, because I do think although it'll take a lot of scrap, it'll be worth our time to do it, because then we'll be able to go back and forth between fishing a lot faster and even bring the fish back to base a lot quicker. So let's see, we have 36 scrap right now. We can get the crafting bench 4. To get 2 teleporters we need 50 scrap and 30 wood. The wood is very easy. We have a bunch laying right here, so we're gonna get that very fast, but the scrap is what I'm worried about because we were already low earlier. But I do think that just from fishing we can get some scrap anyway, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go fish, and then the scrap that we get or maybe even find while doing other things, we'll use that for the teleporter. All right, I'm lagging a very decent amount now. Everything's moving really slowly, so in order to combat that, we're gonna start placing our fruit and our vegetables, and I'm assuming that should make it less laggy when stuff is on the shelf. All right, we got the last of the pumpkins, and so far we already have all of this. Let me just fill up this last little bit. There we go. Oh wait, I forgot we have more growing over here, so let me grab these 2. All right, now Now this is all the pumpkins we have. It's an insane amount. Seriously, it's insane. Now one of these shelves right here, it wouldn't let me put 9, and I think these ones also might have done the same thing, but we have just, I don't even know how many this is. So now let's start with putting our stews as well. Now these are going to be a little bit more difficult because they're in your inventory, not in your sack, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave extra room for a lot more pumpkins. We're going to start right over here with our stews. All right, there's all of our stews. We also have an insane amount of those. Now we're going to start with our corn, and this is just a ridiculous amount as well. So we're going to leave a gap for some stew. We're going to start right here. Now it takes a lot more corn to fill up a shelf, so the corn shouldn't take up too much space. Okay, this is interesting. This shelf did not want to take a lot of them, and I think this is helping the lag. It seems to be everything's moving a lot faster now, probably because there's less collision. Everything's just resting on the shelf. All right, I have 6 more pieces of corn, and although we do have some shelves that aren't taking as much corn as others, this is what we have so far. So now it's, wait, hold up, I just realized I almost finished the entire circle with all this. Where in the world are we gonna put carrots? Maybe instead of these gaps being for extra fruits, we could just fill them in with carrots, because wow, okay, that was pretty fast. So let's go ahead and do that. I also didn't place any apples or chili peppers yet, so I'm just gonna place a few carrots over in this section, then we're gonna go place our chili peppers and our apples as well. All right, let's grab our apples and we'll do these first. We're gonna put them on this edge of the stews. All right, we have 2 extra, but we're just gonna go ahead and eat these to make it look nice and perfect. Now the chilies we're gonna place over here, not next to the apples, just because they do have a very similar color, and I don't think this shelf is even usable. Yeah, this shelf isn't even usable. Hold up, can't place any chilies. I think I placed 1 chili on there, or maybe it just fell on there because I can't even use that shelf. So we're gonna start over here then. Wait, hold up, I don't think it's a shelf problem. I think it's all the shelves problems. I don't think you could place chili. Okay, guess you can't do that. That's I have no idea why that's a thing. So we're just gonna keep these over here because I do have a bunch. But as for the cake that we have, I'm gonna put these onto a shelf in the inner ring. So we're gonna move this morsel shelf off to one other shelf and then have this be for the cake. All right, this should fill up the corn shelves. There we go. Okay, so we're done with the corn. All these shelves should be full, and the rest we're just gonna keep off to the side right here for extra food. Now let me start placing our fish. I'm wondering just how hard it's gonna be to get the fish row filled up, because that might take a very long time. So we'll start with the mackerels right here, and it does seem like the mackerels are very inefficient for filling the shelves, but it does look nice. Oh, I also realized we have berries. I'm gonna try to fill in a shelf with these berries. We'll do that right next to the corn right here, but I don't think you could put them on shelves. I think berries and chilies alike doesn't seem like you put them on shelves. Okay, so that's good to know, but also kind of sucks. Wait, hold up. Okay, no, you can place them. They just roll off like, okay. Let me pick up the ones that aren't on the shelf. There we go, and then we'll just place these and hope they don't fall off. Okay, these just keep falling off over and over and over. Interesting. I'm gonna try to just drop them on the top shelf, and then we'll call these 2 the berry shelves. All right, there we go. We got them on top. These are our berry shelves. Let me put one more on top like this. There we go. Still haven't gotten the hammer to fix that one shelf, so let me go do that. It is nighttime, so I should probably learn from my lesson and do that as soon as it's morning. But now let's take the carrots that we have and fill out the very outer rim to the brim, and it is not slim. Wait, hold up. We perfectly have enough cake to fill an entire shelf of it. That is pretty nice. All right, I think absolutely everything on the outer shelf is filled except for 2 shelves right here, which we're gonna fill with pumpkins, and then this stew shelf, which we only need 7 more stews for. So let's just go ahead and put these carrots in here, get some stews, which might be enough by now. Should be enough. And there we go. Okay, this is full. So now we just need some more pumpkins, but we'll get those pretty easily. So for now, we're just gonna take all the rest of our fruits and shove it in the stew maker, because why not? Actually, I'm gonna take all of these and shove it into the stew maker, because then that should be enough stew for the probably rest of the run, and if not, we'll grow more. And then all these carrots that are on the floor over here, we're just gonna eat those. I'm gonna have the best eyesight. I'm gonna have 2017 vision, and hopefully then we can do some better fishing. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take the opposite side of where the mackerels are and just fill it up with okay, this is just as hard as mackerels. I think it might be more worth it to get mackerels then, but we'll see. Maybe the salmon have a better filling of the shelf effect. So we're gonna go quite a bit away over here and fill the salmon over here, which also have the same filling the shelf effect. Okay, that is interesting. We might be fishing for a very long time. We're gonna keep all these fish off to the side though, because we don't have enough to fill a shelf yet. Now I'm curious about the shark. Are the sharks gonna be what saves us? Let's put them over here. Actually, let me do it without the log. Okay, the sharks are good. They take up 3 per shelf, or 2 where we got lucky down here. You know what? This is gonna take some time, but we're switching it up, and I have to do this or this will take an abysmal amount of time. We are gonna have the first layer be fish and the second layer be meat, because fish are very hard to get, and if we have fish be the second layer layer, we might be here for an insanely long time, and I'm also a little worried about disconnecting. I do not want to disconnect with what we have so far. This is taking me an insane amount of time. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take all of our mackerel and we're just gonna move it one shelf inward, and then we're gonna do something similar with all the meat. So it shouldn't take me a ridiculous amount of time, but we absolutely do have to do this. It would be an insane amount of fish to put it on the second layer. But now that we have our pumpkins grown in, this will finish the outer wall, or at least I'm 99% sure. Let me look. Yeah, all right, this will finish the outer wall, and there we go. Very nice. So now the rest of the vegetables we could just have for extra food. All right, I just got a bunch of stuff, and I also have an idea. In order to make the raids easier, we're gonna make a door so that hopefully the cultists will all come through the door. So let's open it right here where this shelf doesn't really hold that many mackerel, and then we'll keep going straight through. So let's take our hammer and make a doorway through each thing. There we go. And let me also fix this shelf back here, which is crooked. I still haven't done that, but now we have. All right, I just got a bunch of scrap, and I'm thinking this should be enough for 2 teleporters. Yeah, definitely enough. So let's build one right here, and then we'll build the other one by the lake. All right, it's turning nighttime, so we'll just teleport back. There we go. And then we'll put our swordfish up here. We'll get ready our boost pad, and then we'll go check out the ice fishing holes, because if we can fish there and it'll be faster, that will save a lot of time. All right, we got a bunch of fish. I'm also out of sprint, but we're gonna see how these fish will fit on the shelves, because if they don't fit very well, then I guess we're not gonna get too many of them. So we'll put some of them back here. Yep, just exactly the same. Put them right next to the chars. Nope, just about the same. Okay, so I might go get some more eels and chars just to fill up a few shelves, but other than that, I guess we just gotta keep getting regular fish. Just gonna be an insane grind. But because we have the teleporter, we can go out at pretty much any time of night and just start fishing. All right, so far here's what we got. We got a decent bit of fish at the front. We got some salmon back there, some chars and 2 eels, and some sharks right here. So what I'm thinking is that because we're gonna get so many mackerels, we're gonna move these sharks closer to back here. But the meat is coming together very easily. I can just go out and anger a bunch of wolves, and then that should be pretty easy. But the fish, man, this is gonna be a grind. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a short time lapse right now of getting all the meat that we need, and then we'll check back in and probably do a time lapse of all the fish that we need, which is gonna take a long time. So time lapse starting now. All right, we're back at the base. I'm almost at 6 hours into recording now. We're at 5 hours, 56 minutes, and we finally have what seems to be enough to finish the second wall. So let's go see. I have 8 steaks. Should definitely finish this shelf. There we go. And then for the morsels, we definitely have enough. And there we go. The entire second wall is now full. It's like, I would say 80%, maybe 75% morsels and 25% steak. But regardless, it is done. So now we have to go do an insane amount of fishing. Let me make sure I have a bunch of stew. And while it's nighttime, what I'm gonna do is fish right next to the base. So like right here we have a pond, and then we also have the fishing building pond right over here, which sometimes has the fishing spots that'll help me do this a lot faster. But there's also the fact that the deer spawns on you, so maybe we're just gonna use this one over here. But I've got to do one final time lapse to finish this video. So here's the time lapse of me getting all the fish starting now. This is the last fish that I need. One more mackerel and we're good. There we go. Pick up all of them. We're gonna put the salmon over here because we only need one last salmon. Then we're gonna finish out this shelf with the mackerel and we are done. We have maybe 65% of this just being straight up mackerel. Then we have our cake shelf, which we kept on the inner ring. We have our chars and our eels. We also need to reorganize this shelf because for some reason the clownfish don't fit together too tightly. All right, there we go. We have our rarer fish shelf right here. 3 jellyfish, bunch of clownfish, and 3 old boots. We have our shark shelf with 9 sharks, bunch of salmon, bunch of swordfish, and back to the mackerels. We are finally done with all this food. And you want to guess how long I've been recording? 9 hours now. It is absolutely insane. I think this project will come close or even surpass the chopping down every single tree in the map video just based on time. So let me take all these stews. I'm going to eat a few of them just to waste them because we have a bunch. Or actually, maybe I should keep a few more because we need to start placing furniture now. But before then, let me get the fire up to a higher threshold just because I do not want to have a hungry deer out of the middle of nowhere. All right, that's good enough. So now let's use our defensive blueprints. We'll put these at the entrance. We'll put it closer to the back right here. We don't want to ruin the look of the front. All right, there we go. Now let's start adding our furniture. And this is going to be difficult. We have a lot of furniture. Let me drop all my other stuff back here though, just so that we have more room in our inventory. We also do have another defensive blueprint, so let me put this down. All right, pretty much anyone who comes in here is dead. Then we're going to design a exclusive, and I mean exclusive, because this is the most expensive restaurant in 99 Nights in the Forest. I don't think anybody's as crazy enough as me to do this. So let's build a very nice exclusive restaurant for whoever wants to pay $20,000 a second to eat here. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's make it a table for 3 or a table for 4. Hold up. Where's he at? Where's Kevin? There he is. All right. We actually have a table so exclusive that you, as the main person who's paying for the check, you get to sit in this seat, Kevin's own seat. And yes, Kevin will be dining with you and he will stare at you blankly the entire time while you eat your food, and he will judge you if you don't leave a tip. So leave a tip. So we're gonna put a hedgerow right here. Actually, you know what? Let's put more hedgerows over here just before we run out. That way you are very private from the angry customers who don't know what they're talking about, and also don't look up our restaurant on Yelp. I don't know, Yelp must be broken or something. People keep saying something about dying from the food, poisonous, non-cooked fish. I don't know what they're talking about. Then we'll use some trellises just like that, and for the opening we'll use some fences with some moss on them for extra flavor and also a hint of poison. We'll cut this one in a little bit just so that we can use more of them. All right, here is the entrance to our restaurant. Very private, very exclusive. Kevin actually works here all day. I don't pay him, but if you want to get in, you're gonna have to pay $20,000 a second, I'm pretty sure. So let's put a fairy light arch right here. That way you have a nice entrance into the restaurant, and as you are literally dying to death, we'll put a fairy light arch right here just to make your death a little bit more enjoyable, and then a fairy light arch right here for our guests who actually know how to avoid the trap, which is pretty much nobody. Now what I want to do is I want to take all the rugs that we have and actually use them as part of the restaurant's design. So we're gonna have to find all of them. All right, so we have 3 purple rugs and 3 blue rugs. So I think what we could do is a alternating pattern going from blue to purple to blue in this area right here. That way you're not necessarily eating on carpet unless you're unlucky enough to not be paying for the meal, so you do get the carpet seat. And the red rug, oh dude, this is the red carpet. If you eat here, you are wealthy enough to walk on red carpet, my good sir. Whoever you are, madam, sir, if you have money, I will happily make some poisonous food for you that hopefully you won't sue me over with your 15,000 lawyers. We'll also put a green signpost here for poison, and then back here we'll add all of our bean bags as a relaxation area where you can digest your food properly while you are relaxing listening to the stock market. Now I have no idea how one listens to the stock market, but I'm not rich enough to do that. That's my customer's job. I also just found another red rug, so we're gonna have the red carpet be even longer into the fire because rich people are fire resistant. Don't ask me how I know that. And with that, that's all the furniture I want to place. The rest we'll just toss off in that lake. Our table here, we have a few appetizers, not the entrees. 2 pieces of chicken, because I'm just calling this chicken. 2 pieces of sushi, technically it is raw fish. And then 2 pieces of chili for if you want to literally die by mouth fire. Now we actually have our first group of customers making their way over to this base. So I do have to do well at impressing them. So let's see, I think they're coming in. All right, here's our first customer who's literally a Martian. Bro is jumping in slow motion. All right, sir, come in this way. I would actually like to show you your table back here. Sir, why are you sleeping? All right, well, fine. You go to another restaurant then. All right, well, you know what? We have more customers begging to come in. They're literally breaking down the walls to come in. Come right this way, my good sir. What's your name? Kevin? Oh, okay. I have actually a pretty cool person that I think you should meet. All right, right this way, my good sir. Don't mind the guy who's sleeping. He's pretty... All right, this is not funny anymore. I think they know each other. But let me see. There should be one more guy over here. Even though he was shooting at me, I do think that all people deserve second chances. So come over here, sir. I have... Okay, you know what? You don't want to follow me? I see how it is, man. It's pretty rude. This guy over here, though, his name is actually Kevon. So he's actually going to have a really good time with Kevin. I think they'll have a very nice conversation about something about politics. So well, apparently everybody's sleep deprived. I have no idea why. It's not like I've been staying up for almost 2 years straight in this game. All right, he's finally following me. Sir, I promise you, the food is good. And apparently, our entryway is so good that everyone likes taking naps. Then follow me, my good sir. Do not eat the food. Don't stop eating the food, sir. You haven't paid for that. Sir, eat the food. This is not a robbery. Eat the... You know, wait, why am I telling him to eat the food? You know what? Fine. I have to defend myself. All right, now that our customers have been dealt with, very, very rude, by the way, I do want to do one last thing. This base looks pretty nice from the outside. You know, we have a ton of corn and all that, but it doesn't really showcase the inner beauty. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna get rid of a lot of these corn shelves. So we're just gonna eat the corn, which will clear up space for other things that I want to put in here. So we're gonna go out to 3 shelves on each side. Get the 3rd shelf over here. And now let's start adding a bunch of color and vibrance to it. So we're gonna get stuff like the mackerels for a shelf. And now we have a much, much better looking entrance. We have a whole vibrant range of colors right here. Very light archway entering into the base. Very, very nice. This took an insanely long amount of time. We are now at 9.5 hours. So let's do the base tour. All right, entering in here, we have our very own fairy light archway, welcoming guests into our restaurant or our food base. We have mackerels, swordfish, salmon, corn, apples, and pumpkins all displaying out front. Then on the inner wall, we have a bunch of steaks, no idea the count. We have a bunch of ribs that don't really fit in the shelves that well. I don't know how many actually fits in a shelf, but I did not get enough to do that probably. Then over here, we have our cooked morsels, which go out pretty much all the way around, as we didn't find as much steak as we did morsels. But coming into this 3rd layer, don't step in here like the people who like taking naps, but come to the side and see our beautiful array of fish, of which we have way too many mackerels. And speaking of mackerels, pretty much all of these mackerels came out of this pond. If you're asking how they all fit in here, I don't know either. Then over here we have our cake shelf, which I actually had too many cakes, so I had to put more on top. Then we have our chars and our eels. The eels are very expensive because they kill you. We make you sign a waiver signing over all of your assets over to us because we want your money. Then we have our rarer fish, same thing for the jellyfish, by the way. You have to sign a different waiver, but same thing. Then we have our clownfish and our old boots, which are our most chewy option on the menu. If you want to order that, you can get some real flavor out of it. Then we have 9 sharks, bunch of salmon. Salmon's actually pretty common. You must be poor if you eat salmon. Only real rich people die by eating electric eels. Then we have our swordfish. They will cut your throat the second you eat them. Very, very expensive. And now let's go into the base the right way by jumping over the shelf. Over here, we have our farm plus our industrial cooker, where we have cooked so many different stews just by plopping a bunch of carrots in here with our sack. 20 farm plots all at the same place. Very nice, very industrial. We got our teleporter to the level 3 lake, boost pad that we used, camping chairs if you want to sit by the fire, 4 kids tent, as well as the fact that we are also insanely rich with 9 forest gems and 39 cultist gems. But for our very VIP guests, aka Kevin, we have the red carpet laid out with a sign letting you know that this is red carpet just in case you can't see with your eyes. Coming in here, we have our restaurant with flowers, a purple and blue hangout area just in case you don't feel like eating but feel like hanging out. Then right here, and I do want to warn you, this is one of the most important parts about the entire base, so keep it calm, okay? I don't want to seem weird in front of him. This is Kevin, our very, very VIP, VVIP, very, very important person who will eat with you if you spend $20,000 a second at a restaurant. And yes, I do know that price is a little cheap, but I promise you this is the real Kevin. And with that, that is our entire biggest easiest food base. This took a ridiculous amount of time. I don't know why I did this. Hopefully you guys like it. And we just made it to almost day 600 with no beds. So that's insane. But thanks for watching. Subscribe and click on this video right here. Today, I'm going to be building a boys versus girls base in 99 Nights in the Forest. And to do that, I'm playing the decorator class this time. That way we'll get an extra furniture item, and it is 25% cheaper when we trade with the furniture trader. Will be a little bit harder to get wood than normal with the lumberjack class, but this will probably be worth it. There we go. First chest, we got the good sack. That is pretty good. We're also going to plant all of our saplings close together over here. That way we can get as much wood as possible. We also have a world map right here. I have no idea where I am. Whose idea was this? We don't even have Alaska. We have Aska. I'm about to ask a question as to who put this map here. There we go. Got the rifle already. That'll help us to get the kids pretty quickly. With a rifle, you can pretty much get all 4 kids as long as you have enough ammo. And you can with a revolver too, but I think the rifle is a little bit easier to get ammo for. There we go. We also got the spear. That'll help us to get the first 2 kids, and then the second 2 kids, or the last 2 kids, we can use the rifle, which will save a lot of ammo. So let's get the first kid real quick. I do have to be really careful here because I am a little... Well, this is what Robux are for. All right, gotta go get my stuff. We got the key, got the kid. We're about to get the good axe out of here as well. You know what? It's not that bad. I'm gonna get the good axe out of here. I forgot that all planes actually come with a good axe. I think it's in the owner's manual or something. Yeah, there we go. Well, make sure you always read your owner's manual. Now we can also get the fire level 4. We have the first kid. And how we're gonna split this base is down the center just like this through the campfire. So this red tent is gonna be part of the girls' side. And this side will have the blue tent. But this side will have 3 tents, red, yellow, and purple, which is kind of a little lopsided, but not much I can do to change that. So for the map, because it does face towards where we're going to have the boys' side, we're going to move that over there. So that way the boys' side will have this side of the crafting bench with a saw and what seems to be a blueprint, and the girls will have a hammer and a wrench. I'm also going to get us the crafting bench. I do want to get a farm plot, but for now we're going to have to get the sundial and the compass. We're going to give the sundial to the girls, so we're going to put it on this side next to the crafting bench, and the compass I think we'll also give to the girls. That way, the girls know when and where to go, and the boys get to appreciate where they've been. Oh, there we go. This one is an alien one. That might be pretty cool. We could get some interesting items for the bases. For now, though, I'm going to get 2 farm plots, upgrade the crafting bench. That way, soon we'll be able to have the crock pot and a stable source of food. But for now, let's go get the second kid. Gotta be careful when I do this, but we should be good. There we go. Got the second kid, which will give us a tent for both sides. And there we go. So I think now I want to go get some wood, and then we can start on our log wall. That'll separate the base down the middle, and it'll give us a good foundation for where to start. All right, we got about 50 wood. Gives us 4 log walls, which we're going to use for the start of our wall. I do want it to be perfectly centered with the campfire, so we're going to put it like this. Should be good. Nah, it's a little off, but good thing we have the hammer. All right, that looks good. So now we can keep going with this, and that is the start of our base. The blue tent for boys and the red tent for the girls. Obviously, we're going to need a lot more wood, but for now we're doing pretty good. Oh, there we go. Got a laser cannon out of the UFO. We also have enough material to make a crock pot, so we're gonna be good on food, but we're also gonna move that over to the girls' side. Gonna put it back here. We will rearrange stuff if needed, but for now we're adding to the base bit by bit. We also got a laser fence. This might come in handy for when we want to build the outer wall, so we're gonna keep this on the boys' side for now. All right, we have 90 wood. This should be enough to finish the middle wall just for now. Put it like this. Then after the crafting bench, actually we can fit it right through the crafting bench. Then right here, can't place anything more. So for now, because I don't know the exact dimensions I want to make the outer wall, this is good enough. We have our boys' side on the left and our girls' side on the right. And it seems like they already know what they're doing too, because they're technically at each other's tent. So we're going to save these extras. And I also want to go loot. That way we can get our fuel up and go get the last 2 kids. Furniture trader is in town. Let's see what he's got. Because everything's 25% off and I should get an extra item. Yeah, okay, perfect. Green signpost. Don't need that. Blue pillows, we will absolutely want that. Stools, absolutely, I'll take those. And because camping chairs are pretty common, we're gonna go with the wooden fences, and the trellises will have to leave as well. But not bad at all, especially for what we want to build. So what we're gonna do with the blue pillows is add that around the blue tent, just like this. Wooden stools, I'm not exactly sure what we can do with these yet, but with the wooden fences, we can put that around the girls' farm. There we go. Adds a little bit to that. As for the stools, for right now, we're just gonna give them to the girls, as has chairs around the tent, and then also has like a mini hangout area. So far, this is what the girls' side looks like. Not too bad. And this is what the boys' side looks like. Definitely needs a little bit more. All right, for the boys' side, we're gonna add the boost pad because I do need it, and it'll just add a little bit more over here. We also did find the stronghold, so I think what we're gonna do is loot this for the coins and also for whatever we can get out of the ruby chest, because if we can get a chainsaw, that'd be insanely helpful right now. There we go. Get all these coins. We now have 96. Got a bunch of scrap, forest fragment, cultist gems, diamonds, but now I'm hoping for the chainsaw. There we go. We'll have probably more wood than we need. Make this base pretty nice, and then after that we just need to get a lot of furniture and also a lot of gem of the forest fragments, because I do want to get some cool items if we have the time to do that. All right, now that we have a ton of wood and scrap, gonna get a biofuel processor, put that on the boys side. Actually, you know what, we're gonna put that on the girls side. I don't think we'll have this out permanently. I think we'll just use it for a little bit just so that we can get the wood into the fire easier, and this is so much easier than using the good axe. Done in like 2 seconds, and I'm hoping that with all this wood we'll be able to go get the third kid. All right, didn't get the next fire, but we are close. All right, let's leave a little bit before daytime, that way we have as much time as possible. Gonna use the laser cannon as well, and this should allow us to get the third kid pretty easily. Wait, there's only one bear. The other one I guess didn't spawn because it does say 1 out of 2 bears down there, and this one should give me the key. Yeah, there we go. Got a meat sandwich and a laser sword. We could also go take out the alien mothership really quick. We could also do this while it's coming close to nighttime, that way we're not wasting too much time at our base. Got a ton of scrap right here. Another meat sandwich as well. Laser fence, that's always good. This guy's got a laser cannon, gotta watch out. Shoot all 3 of them. There we go. And with that, we've beat the mothership. See what we can get out of the chest. Hoping for the alien armor. I think that the only, actually no, I do need a ray gun too, but alien armor not bad. We can still get a ray gun from another ship. All right, third kid is back to base. I wish his tent would go over here, but just gonna have to stay over there for now. Him and the dino kid can share this one, but the furniture trader is also back in town, so we're just gonna drop these meat sandwiches off for each of these pillows. Have it as a little snack in case you feel like dying of food poisoning or alien bacteria. Not bad, not bad at all. All right, let's see what he's got. Wooden nightstand, 2 amaryllises, 3 fairy light singles, green signpost, 4 hedgerows, and 4 trellises. So I think we can add a lot to the girls' side with the lights, the flowers, and even the hedgerows and trellises. And the boys are getting pretty much nothing right now. So we're gonna have to hope that whatever we can put on the boys' side comes soon the next time that the furniture trader comes by. For now though, we'll give them the nightstand right behind their tent. We'll probably move that when we get some beds. The flowers though, we do want to put that around the red tent because it matches pretty nicely. Fairy light single, we could put that behind each of the girls' tents. The girls are gonna have 3 tents, 1 for the Kraken kid, 1 for the koala kid, and 1 for, I don't even know. I'll have to figure out what we're gonna use this third tent for, but we can make a lot bigger farm though, so I do want to take down all of this. I also want to build a design that we can keep adding on to, so we're gonna pick up everything. You know what, I do think I have an idea. We could build a little layout right here, but then instead of doing just fences and just trellises or just hedgerows, we could actually incorporate them into each other. So like that will be a corner, that will be a side. We'll put the crock pot here in the corner, and then the farms will just keep expanding outwards, and that looks very creepy. Sir, please do not look at me with just one eye. I don't like that. We're also gonna move these 2 out of the way a little bit. Gonna put them up against the wall. Makes it look a little nicer as well. Now we can curve this, and the farm will just go out this way. So we'll add our fences. We'll put down some farm plots as well. I do want to put them nice and straight like this. That'll look a little neater. All right, this is what we have with the farm so far. It does look pretty nice. We can add a lot more farms to it. We don't want to make it too big though, so I think this is the maximum size we're gonna have it, and the rest of the base we're gonna add other things. But for right now, the boys are suffering. The boys are living the college student who just got his first apartment life. So we're gonna have to figure out a way to make this side a lot better. But first, I do want to get the max level fire and all 4 kids. Fire is maxed out. We also do want to get torches to get the maximum possible size base. I don't know if we'll extend the base out that far, but it is always nice to have. So we're gonna put some torches next to the farm. Gonna have one next to the map, one next to the compass and sundial, a couple out front of the boys' tent. We'll also put a couple in the back. This does add a little bit more to their tent. Now we have 2 more where we could put inside the farm, and the base is the maximum size. Don't think we're gonna use the walls all the way out to the maximum size, but again, it is nice to have the space. That is just absolutely massive though. I feel like they buffed it. That is huge. But with that, let's go get the 4th kid. So the 4th kid has 6 bears, but with the laser cannon it should be easier. Okay, it doesn't help too much, but it is free ammo. So this one's stuck in the trap. I can't even shoot him. I mean, he's chilling in there. Don't know how. But first, we'll take care of these guys. See if I can get his attention. There we go. Actually, I don't even know if I got his attention. I think he just walked out. But we got the key. Got the 4th kid. And now we're gonna really add a lot to our base. All right. 4th kid. Oh, that's not good. For now, though, I do need a lightning rod. And we'll put that right next to the boys' tent as like a white noise machine for them to go to sleep. Just the sound of thunder destroying your eardrums. Very soothing. But now let's fix this farm. All right. That looks a little nicer. Not touching the tent. It is a little smaller. But for now, we're going to keep the extra furniture right there. Got to put the green signpost back. That's better. But now that we have all 4 kids, we can really focus on making this an insane base. So let's go get a bunch of wood. All right. We got 60 more wood. Got a bunch of trees growing here. Furniture trader is back too. This base should start looking really nice really soon. Trellises and hedgerows. I gotta not take those. We got the blue signpost, 4 fairy light arches, and 4 fairy light doubles, and 2 wooden bookshelves. That is an insane amount of stuff. This is gonna be hard. But for the blue signpost, that's going straight to the boys' tent. Put it right here. Not too bad. Looks like a Clash of Clans town hall slowly leveling up. We're gonna add the fairy light arches to the front of the 2 girls' tents. And then in the back, man, we have so many lights. It's insane. In the back, we'll do stuff like this. I'm also gonna pick up the single we have right here. Gonna move it to this tent. So the girls' tents are very nice, very lit up. We could also put some lights right here. That looks a little nice. We have 1 light and a half for our farm. Not bad. But since this is also going to count as the girls' tent, we're just going to put 2 arches on it. Make it stand out a little bit. We still have a double though. So for that, I think we'll have to put... I have no idea where. I'm out of spots to put it. Maybe we could put it behind the 2 seats right here as more lighting. It's insane. But for the bookshelves, we're going to just have to give that to the boys. We don't have much for the boys right now. There we go. Maybe we can use a crafting bench though. Make some things for the boys. I have an idea. We can make some shelves and get some stuff for the boys. Freezer for a bunch of food for the boys. Because every college kid eats stuff out of a freezer at one point in their life. Radar would look really cool on the boys' side. An oil drill would look really cool on the boys' side. The ammo crate will also look really good. So we have to go do a lot more looting of scrap. And we should be able to build a lot of this. So let's go do that. There we go. Got a barn and a base right next to each other. Trying to find the giant sack right now. Okay, this is not good. We're getting raided tonight. The deer is hungry, and I'm at almost the farthest possible place that I could be from my base. So we're gonna have to hope that maybe up here we can camp it out. The deer shouldn't spawn up here, and that we'll be able to take care of the wolves that do. Because there's no way I'm going back to the base right now. Yeah, this is working pretty good. The wolf is here. He can't jump up though, or he can, but he can't reach me. So we're just gonna wait a minute, and then we'll go back to the base, because I'm not trying to die right now. All right, there we go. We're safe. Gonna loot this barn, and then head straight back to the base. Wait, what? Hold up. Why are there 2 campfires in the center of the base? Is that a glitch? I can open and close my map, but it's still there. Was I gone for so long that the cultists built their own campfire? All right, we took care of the cultists, and now we have 73 scrap, so we can add a lot to the boys' base. First, we're gonna get the freezer so that they can have a lot of food. We'll put that back here, kind of out in the open, kind of close to the side here. We're also gonna get them a couple of shelves, which we'll find stuff to put on. We'll put that next to the bookshelves. There we go. You know what? Maybe we should use more of our space. So instead of putting these this way, we're also going to pick up the bookshelves and we're going to put them the opposite way. So that way there's a lot more room in the center. All right, that looks nice. Can also get the radar. We're going to put it out front. That way, when they're trying to fall asleep, they can play with the radar and talk to the US government if they're bored. We can also upgrade the crafting bench and get the oil drill. So we're going to put that next to this pond right here, and it's going to go in right there. $50,000 a barrel. I think that's a good price. We also do want to get the giant bed for them, but for now we can get the old bed and the good bed. Actually, you know what? We're going to use the old bed for the girls' tents. So the girls do get a bed, but because they have 3 tents, we're going to give the boys 3 beds, because the regular bed, the good bed, and the giant bed will all work over here. But the furniture trader is back, so let's go see what he's got. Hopefully some things for the boys. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, you've gotta be kidding me. Wait, I have an idea. I have a really good idea, but let's see what he's got. 5 chairs, that's good. Camping chairs is good. Hedgerows and mossy fences. We don't want the fences, but I can use the hedgerows. Purple rugs and a barrel. For the camping chairs, we're gonna put them on the boys' side like this, right next to the fire if they want to get warm. For the hedgerows, I do want to put those behind the girls' tents, just like this, as a little garden aspect. For the barrel, I think we could put that on either side, but for now we'll put it on the girls' side. Purple rugs we'll also put in front of the tents, just like this. And you know know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I want to move the entire garden and just put it right over here. We have the space for it, and the girls' base is looking a little closed off, but the boys' base is a lot more open. So for now, we're gonna drop these chairs, hopefully get a table soon to use them, and the barrel we will use for the garden, but we have to move the garden. So let's work on that. We also do have a lot of defensive blueprints, so we're gonna use these on the boys' side. We're also gonna take these stakes and put them on the shelves for the boys. There we go. And then we'll have to find some more meat. All right, we have 225 wood. Let's build as many log walls as we can. We'll also pick up the extra ones from over here. And now let's finish this center wall. The line does go out pretty far, but I do think we're gonna cut it a little bit inwards to make that nice spherical shape going across the pond. There we go. And then we'll also make a similar curve on the girls' side, just so that the bases are matching. All right, looks like a pretty good start. Now let's keep it going. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, this might be too small. So maybe instead we'll have to go around these ponds for the boys' side and then also make the girls' side bigger. All right, there we go. And now we'll start curving it. But gotta take care of this raid real quick. Wait, this guy is stuck in my hedgerow. I can't even, how did you get in there? I can't pick it up with a hammer, so that'll work, but that was weird. All right, this is looking a lot better. Now we'll go change the girls' side. That is so far what we have. We have this side almost all the way done. So then we'll have to extend this out, maybe 1 or 2 more walls this way, and then wrap all the way around. But for now, I do want to go get more scrap so that way we can get the beds built. Never mind, deer is hungry tonight. I will be doing something else. All right, now I'm going out to get some scrap. I'm also hoping for the giant sack, because when we farm our trees, it is very, very easy to do with a giant sack. You have to take less trips, and it goes a lot smoother, especially even now. My sack is already almost full. There we go. In here, we can get a giant sack, because there are 2 chests in the back. So we'll just jump through the window, come through here. It's the only guy we really need to fight. We also have a mythic chest. That's interesting. Maybe thorn armor, but we are good on armor. So maybe the tactical shotgun. That'd be easy for raids. Riot shield. Not exactly what I need, but we'll take it. Now here's where I'm hoping for the giant sack. Got a diamond. Not bad, but not what I'm looking for. There should be a chest in here though. Yep. Now maybe the giant sack. There we go. Exactly what we needed. Now we can loot a lot more. I'm gonna take what we can from here, and then we're just gonna head home and pick up whatever we can on the way, because the deer already spawned on me. But because our base is the size of a small country, he should stop chasing us pretty early. Yeah, there we go. But let's put all this in here. Let's also grab some of the boys' oil and put that for the fire. There we go. 64 scrap. That should be enough for what we need. We'll get the regular bed, we'll get the good bed, and the giant bed. So now we gotta figure out where to put these. We could have the regular bed over here for when one of them gets done with their oil drilling shift, and then the good bed and the giant bed will be their beds. So maybe we should have their beds be back here instead of around the tent. This will be like the little bedroom nook. We'll have the giant bed right down here, and then the good bed kind of off to the side right here, and then the nightstand, we'll pick that up, and we'll have that be for whenever they're working. But when they're not on their 23-hour shift, they can have their own bed, and although the bookshelves are technically empty, it does look kind of nice. But the furniture trader is back again, so let's go see what he's got. He has mossy fences. We're not going to take those though. Colorful fairy lights we will take. Fairy light singles, 2 tables, that's good. Green camping chairs and a barrel. Not the absolute greatest, because he does keep giving me a lot of fences and trellises, but we will take what we can get. Now over here, we'll put the 2 round wooden tables, and now we can finally use our wooden chairs. We'll have them be like this, 2 on each side, 1 on the end. Wait, do I only have 4 chairs? No, there we go. We'll also use our green camping chairs for right here. Wait, I only get 1? I think I might have only gotten 1. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the torches from here. Actually, we're gonna take just the back torches, and then we'll put some torches over here, almost like a night light, but in reality just so that they can see. There we go. We did reach day 99 in about 113 minutes, but that is because we weren't really focusing on the beds, and I have no idea what this deer think he's looking at. All right, now we got another 146 wood, so let's add on to our wall. This is a little interesting, so I think what we're gonna do is pick these up, and we'll move them towards the inner side of the base. All right, we added a lot more to both walls, and this base is getting close to being done. I would say it's about halfway done now. But for the oil drill, what we're gonna do is put it right next to their bedrooms. That way they can always think about work in their sleep when they do sleep for 1 hour a day. So we'll put this right here just so that they can feel the splash of the oil as they go to sleep, reminding them that taking breaks are for losers and real men work 26 hours a day. So now while we wait for the furniture trader, we're just gonna get some more saplings as well as some wood to finish up the walls. And once the walls are finished, we're just gonna make this as perfect of a base as we can. You know what? We're gonna take these meat sandwiches, put them on the tables. I think that would look a little nicer. There we go. I also do want to move these from the very back corner because although it might be a little cool, I do want this to look as good as possible. We're also changing up the design a little bit here because now that the bookshelves are facing this way, it gives them a little bit of privacy. Now we have the torches as their reading light, and the shelves, we also want to move those somewhere. We should put it right here next to the freezer. That way they could store their food on the shelves and in the freezer. There we go. Looks nice. Furniture Trader is back. Go hit him up. Although we're only on day 130, we've been playing for about 2 hours now. Got another table, 3 camping chairs, something out of stock, red signposts, flowers, and 2 wooden stools. The wooden table we'll have for the girls, but we're gonna have it back here for when we actually move the garden. We also have yellow camping chairs, so we're gonna give that to the boys just in case we invite the whole squad over. There we go. Red signpost, we'll put that for the girls' tent. We'll put the wooden stool over here, and then the flowers we'll put out front of the purple tent. So now let's work on getting this garden moved over. All right, we changed up the shape a little bit, but if we get one more fence or one more trellis, then it'll be complete. And I also do want to get some farm plots and fill it in. Wait, I just found a trellis on the floor. We're good. We already got everything we need now. All right, this works. Now we just got to fill it in. Gonna add the fairy lights here that now actually fit. That looks better. Put the fairy light single next to the crock pot. Green signpost out front. Put the barrel right next to the stew. And a wooden table. So that way it's like a hybrid of the restaurant and farm that the girls can use themselves. So now I'm gonna go make 3 more farm plots. And then, because we have 200 wood, we're also gonna make a bunch more log walls. So now let's go place all these, starting with the farm plots. And just like this, looks pretty nice, surrounds the table. Squid Kid is somehow phasing through the table. Gonna put some corn on the table here. But now that we moved the farm, we have so much space right here to do pretty much anything we want. But now let's fill in the log wall. All right, now that we're almost done with both sides, let's extend this middle wall out and we'll have it go to right here. Should be good. Should be plenty. All right, we're gonna squeeze this one in a little bit and then squeeze this one in a tiny bit. That way the next wall should finish this entire thing. But we also do have to add doors. So we're gonna add a door about right here in the center for the girls' side, and then also the same thing for the boys' side. But that will give us the last wall we need to fill this in, just like that. That looks very nice. And now we have to fill this in. Gonna put the door right here, and then we'll replace these log walls. I had to pick up a few, and we are almost done. Just this last section and the walls are complete. The base is looking very nice now. All right, just finished a raid, which means we now have a complete gem of the forest. Put that in there. Put the cultist gem. Okay, that was not a good throw. Cultist gem in there though. All right, we got 80 more. Should be enough though. Definitely should be enough. Gonna squeeze these last. Actually, you know what? That's a perfect fit. There we go. The wall is now officially done. The rest is designing the interior, making it look very nice and getting more furniture. Trying to think what we can do for both sides, because the boys' tent is pretty full but not that nice looking, and the girls' side is very nice looking but not very full. I think what we're gonna do though is move the oil drill aside. We'll put it to the back side here. That way it's not too in the way and we have more room to build more things. Like we could push the freezer and the shelves back here a bit. We'll also move the break bed and break nightstand. We're gonna put it right here just so that you can really hear the sound of oil. But the furniture trader is back, so let's go hit him up. All right, he's got magnolia. We'll take 2 of those. He has mossy trellises. We won't need those. 2 camping chairs, hedgerows, and a nightstand. We'll take the nightstand, but man, he has a lot of farming stuff, so we'll just leave those for now. Unless I have found an idea for what to do with the boys' side. We'll just take those for now. Hedgerows, mossy trellises. So for the magnolia, which I believe is this flower right here, we'll put these into the farm, make it look a little nicer. Now for the hedgerows and the trellises, we could build the boys a farm, a small one just back here. Build it just like this. Nothing too crazy, but if we do get more, we will expand it, of course. So let's go get a farm plot as well. Just put that right in there so they can get a little bit of food. All right, raid is done. We got another gem of the forest fragment. Now what I'm thinking of doing is go into the stronghold, beating that, and with that, we'll get 2 more fragments, and then we only need 1 more raid, and we can get the temporal accelerometer, which should help us to get the furniture trader to come back sooner. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We're also gonna need a lot of scrap and a lot of wood too. So for now, we're gonna drop this furniture and other stuff right here, and we're gonna go get the stronghold. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go loot around the stronghold, and then as it turns nighttime, we'll loot the stronghold. All right, night's approaching. Go to the stronghold now. The deer already spawned, but I think if we can just get inside, we should be fine. All right, get inside. Should be good. There we go. Got it done. Got all our stuff. Not sure what I could need out of the mythic chest. Maybe thorn armor and the tactical too. kunai actually isn't bad. That'll be helpful too. But the furniture trader is back too, so we're gonna hit him up and then go get some more stuff. Got 2 trellises. We'll use that for the boys farm. Log benches, camping chairs, signposts, mossy fence segments, and 2 red pillows. We'll be able to use all of this, and it'll add a lot more room to our base, because that's what we need right now. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. Heading back to the base right now. I'm really hoping that this night is not the night where the timer is a little early. It shouldn't be though, because we have a raid coming, so that's actually a good sign. All right, we're running inside of there. Gonna make some stew and get our campfire going. Good thing we have 2 oil barrels. Now our campfire is going. We'll get the oil from over here as well. Got 2 more, and now we're good. But I did just realize this will give us the last fragment that we need. There we go. Put this together in the crafting table, and now let's see what we need. We need 50 scrap. We have that, and 50 wood, which we don't. So let's get it real quick. Got our 50 wood. Now we have the max level crafting bench, but we also do need to go get a lot more. We have enough scrap. We only need 1 more scrap, and we need 39 more wood. Scrap I see right there. Just need this bolt, and then we'll get the rest as wood. This ain't good. This is not good. Okay, I do need the wood, but not that bad. All right, for now, we'll just do something inside the base. We do have 2 log benches. We'll put those here just in case we have a lot of people come over. And then the blue camping chairs, we'll also put those here just in case anyone else comes over. I think that should be enough for maybe 3 people now. And now let's expand this. We'll start by adding 2 mossy fences on the side. Or actually, I might have to move the whole thing. Yeah, I think I should move the whole thing off to over here. All right, we got a nice little alternating pattern here. Then we're going to use the trellises for this wall, then a fence, and then we'll put another fence right here. And we have a fairly open farm plot. I just do need to get a lot more farm plots. So let's go get our wood for the temporal accelerometer, which should help us get more furniture and faster. And then, no, I ate the meat sandwich. Okay, we're keeping this one over here, farther out of reach. I was trying to get the boost pad and then I ate it by accident. And with this, we now have enough for the temporal accelerometer. So we're gonna give that to the girls just because I do want something else to be out here. Put it right here, that looks kind of nice. And then we'll be skipping every night because I have 12 coldest gems. I think I have a good idea what we could do to fill in some of this base. So I'm gonna need a lot of scrap for that as well. All right, night is skipping. Gonna grab some food, skip it again. Furniture trader is here too. This is working, and then we'll go loot. See what you got, my good sir. Deer trophy. Okay, take that immediately. Wooden table, purple rug, yellow camping chair, hedgerows, hedgerow curved, and 2 fence segments. Very, very nice lot. All right, this is good. The night will skip while we're looting. We also got a mythic chest, thorn armor, tactical. That's all we need right now. Another riot shield. We'll leave that one here. All right, we're back to the base. Got to make sure we turn this thing on again. See how much scrap we got. Got 76. So we should be able to get all the bear traps pretty easy. Then we can get a bunch of wood rain storages, which I want to fill up all the way to the brim with the wood. That way we can add something in over here on the edge with the girls' tents. For the bear traps, we're going to put 4 on each side because I believe the max you can have is 8. Put them just like that. There we go. Then for these wood rain storages, we're going to have them all along the side right here. All right, we'll have to fill up all of these. Shouldn't take too much wood, but it will be a project. And now with our fence, we can start to close off this farm. Actually, you know what I want to do? We're going to use the hedgerow curve that we got. Then we'll use the fence. We'll put 1 fence kind of glitched in here like this, just so that the door is a little bit bigger. Or I have an idea. We can have right here be the door rather than having a curved hedgerow. That way it's a little bit more open. Then for the curved hedgerow, not sure what we'll do with that yet. Place that off to the side though. The deer trophy. Now this is going by the boys' side, because in a previous video I actually did say I believe the Dino Kid did kill the deer and took his lunch money. He at least took his lunch money. That's what I remember. So we're gonna have that right there in between the 2 boys' beds. Purple rug. We know exactly where that's going. Right there. Yellow camping chair. Just to be sure that we might not have enough, we'll put that right there. And let's get some wood for our wood rain storages over here. Not sure how many 1 can hold. Guess we'll have to count. Is that the max? No? Is that the... Okay, hold on. I have to be careful how I do this. There we go. That's filled to the brim, right? Yeah, okay. So we just have to be careful with it. But it seems like 1 of them can hold about 21, which according to my calculations derives from the equation 9 plus 10. And if you get that reference, you qualify for a senior's discount. But Furniture Trader's back today, so we're gonna go get our discount. Hopefully he'll give us something that could fill in the middle of the girls' base. Purple signpost, not bad. Camping chairs, wonder what we're gonna do with those. Daisies and a fairy lights arch. The hedgerow intersections we might have to just use as like a filler object, but we'll see. All right, purple signpost we're gonna put right here. Blue camping chair, just in case. And I mean just like the most absolute distressful situation. Gotta make sure we have enough seating. All right, that looks good. Probably not enough though. With the hedgerows for now, we're just gonna make it into a nice little garden-ish area where we'll have our fairy lights arch right here. Hedgerows like this, and then a couple daisies on the inside. I do want to move this though, it's a little off. And there we go. Nice little park. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna move the arch a little bit forward, or backward technically, right there. So we have a nice little park area. Kind of small, but we'll see what we could add on to it later. And then for the other daisies, we'll put those right next to the table here. Still do need a lot of chairs. Got a bunch more saplings. Gonna chop down all these, and we should be able to fill these wood rain storages pretty fast. Yo, what was that? That was a Martian oil barrel. All right, see if we can fill this. Gotta be careful though. Don't want to do it too fast and mess it up. That looks full. Got our last 6 here, and we're almost done. So all of these trees were probably overkill. Gonna add a little bit to the park. Forgot we had these. Got some more lights on it now. Kind of nice. Kind of small, but pretty nice. I also do want to go get more food for the boys, so we're gonna go do that. All right, got some food, but furniture trader's back today. And he actually spawned right next to me too. I have made this guy probably a multi-millionaire, a deca-millionaire, or a centimillionaire probably. My good man, thank you so much for bringing me more camping chairs, more log benches. I needed those badly. I was almost out of spots for people to sit on the boys' side. Now I have a genius idea, and I don't even think Steve Jobs himself could have thought of this. Wait a second, what? You can stack items in the freezer? I really should have thought about that before. Okay, interesting. Well, that's useful. But for our genius idea, and I mean the absolute smartest idea any man could have thought of, so much so that I'm trying not to make this video go viral. That way I won't get on any kind of like smartest person in the world list, because I don't want that to happen. We are bringing home the very nice, very friendly bear. Wait, there we go. We got him in the base. No, okay, he's not going inside, but we will have him be our defender. He will defend the base and never ever attack me ever. I've actually never even seen him try doing that. He's staying here. He's defending the base. This is perfect. And you know what? Just because he's done such a good job, here you go. Here you go, man. Here you go. You've done such a great job. I'm not getting any closer to you. I'll throw it to you. There's your food. Now eat it. Don't you be a picky eater, man. Don't lick the rock. Okay, you can lick the rock, man. I'm sorry. All right, trees are grown. Let's cut all these down. All right, this is definitely enough wood for the wood storages, but I actually do have an interesting idea for what to do with the saplings. There we go. Every wood storage is now full, but with the saplings, we're not gonna plant a super dense amount of trees like we did here, but we're actually gonna scatter them abroad, which should make a very nice look to the girls' side, and then make this wood look more realistic since they would have chopped it from inside of their base. And then this garden would actually look a lot cooler. All right, so let's pick up a bunch of these. Actually, we'll set them all over in the corner, so that way we can scatter them pretty easy. With that should be good enough. We'll see how this ends up looking. And then the rest of them, we'll build another wood rain storage and put it right here, but fill it with the saplings. All right, I don't have no scrap for that, so we're gonna go get enough. And then we are getting close to finishing the base. All right, we got enough scrap, so let's place down our wood rain storage. All of our trees are also done growing, and this looks very nice. A lot better than I thought it would. That is really cool. That fills in the girls' side like crazy as well. Need to get a good vantage point to see this. That is very nice. Furniture Trader has come again. This guy has made so much money off of me that I'm considered a VIP. He gets all of this through Amazon Prime delivery just for me. He's out of red pillows, which is interesting, but he has a red beanbag. 3 items and one of them I can't even buy? What? Did your distributor quit on you? Was there just too much? Have I almost bought every single piece of furniture you can possibly get? Because if that's the case, that's insane. I didn't know there would be a limit. I mean, I guess I'd be the person to find out, but that is insane. But for the sunflowers, we'll put that in the boys' farm on the 2 sides. Purple beanbag, we know exactly where that's going. Gonna put that off to the side right here. You know what? We're gonna make a little arc of beanbags. I think we have 3. Yeah, we do. We also have some red pillows. No idea where we could put these. So we're just gonna put them onto to the other pillows. We have a red bean bag, so we could add that to the arc of bean bags we have over here. Wood rain storage, we need that for our saplings. Dude, this forest is very nice. I do like it a lot. All right, I would say that the girls' side is almost finished. There's just one missing piece area here that I wonder what we can do with. I do have some camping chairs, but that would be illegal to place them over here. As we all know by now, I do have to place them over here. That or I will literally combust. I'm not even kidding. The game will quit. It will alt F4. My computer will explode. The White House will call me. The Pentagon will get involved. You don't want to know what happens if I don't put camping chairs over here. I do have 2 extra log walls. I'm thinking we could do something like this, where the base has a little indent for the door, and that way we'll actually be able to place our defensive blueprints as well. Polar bear is still chilling here. That's actually really good for me, but probably really bad for when you're trying to play normally. So maybe it's the best thing to keep him far away from your base, because he's probably gonna lick every rock you have. Stop sniffing it, man. For the boys' tent, man, we need to do something here. We're gonna move these shelves back a little further just to give room for anything else. Take the freezer, put it near the same spot. Maybe right here would be good. Right here. That way you can go in between them. We're gonna have the freezer be full of steak. For the boys' side, we gotta get creative. Anything that I don't like the position of, we're gonna change it. I do like where this food is here, so we're actually gonna go finish that. Day 365. It is gonna go a little higher because of the multiplier. Over a year in game now. We also just got a bunch more food. Gotta cook all of it, but it's about to be nighttime, so let's move around some furniture, because that is the best way to spend your Tuesday. I have an idea. Gonna put the meat sandwich aside. What we're gonna do is we're actually gonna have 2 separate tables, one here and one right here, and then 3 chairs per table. That way it adds a little bit more space to the base. We're also gonna take these torches here, or maybe we'll take the torches somewhere else. I'm wondering, where do we have torches that aren't necessary? Maybe we could take them from the front of the garden, still keeping them on the inside though. And with this, we can have some lighting for our seating right here, make it stand out a bit more, then pull off some of our very scrumptious food. There we go. Not too crazy, but it is what we can do with right now. The meat sandwich though, I forgot about that. That we're gonna replace one of the chicken legs with. There he is. Furniture Trader's back again. So we're gonna go get some furniture from him. See what you got. Do you even have anything at this point? Again, only 2 items. Bluebells and red bean bags. We also did just find another meat sandwich though, so that will replace the one that we lost originally. I can't put anything more in the freezer. Maybe if I just come right here and if I angle it up right, I could drop it in. Okay, I have to face the other side. Okay, right here should be good. All right, that's nice, and that's nice. Day 400. We have been in this game for an extremely long time. All right, see if we can get this finished. We got to do it from the side, just trying to match the height of the other stacks. All right, we'll count that full, but the boys have enough steak for a lifetime. I think it's pretty obvious which side is the girls and which side is the boys. See, the boys, we don't need fancy stuff. We live off the land. So now let's take our defensive blueprints. We'll put our laser fence at the forefront, just like this. Let me build the 2 last walls that we need, just so that it matches the girls' side, and then we'll place all these defensive blueprints. Laser fence right at the front. We have another laser fence. We have more bear traps, actually. And then we have some of these things. I also do have spikes. So we're going to go spikes and then the coil. And then we're going to do the opposite pattern on the other side. So laser fence, then 2 spikes. And with that, we can place 2 of our bear traps right here. It won't be even, but that's what we have to do right now. And then place the rest of them right here. Really have that many good places to place the bear traps, unless I think you can pick them up and set them in the lake. Okay, you can do that. Very nice defenses. Should be safe unless they start jumping over our walls, which they have been pretty much every single raid. But at least a few of them that do come through the door, the polite ones, will be killed. So maybe that's a bad thing. I just realized that we forgot to get the ammo crate. I do need a cultist gem, so it's a good thing we're being raided tonight, and we're gonna get that for the boys. But to be honest, to fill this base out, we're gonna place our ammo crate, and then right here, facing this lake, in this area right here, we're gonna put our oil drill, and then that should fill in the base. We did get one guy over here as well. Got the cultist gem, so now let's make the ammo crate, and we'll put that right next to the freezer, because if you're eating your steak, you do not want to be interrupted, not even the slightest. So if any cultists come in, you know what to do. But Furniture Trader is back today. What does he have in store for me? He has 1 item left. the mythic fountain. And I think the only reason he's given it to me is because he's out of stuff to give. I don't even know what to say. I think we just beat the furniture trader. Not 99 nights, but we beat the furniture trader. We'll have a fountain next to our tables. Very nice. That is insane. I don't even know if I want to wait till the next time he comes back, but I wonder if he's just going to have nothing. It's just going to say all sold out. But for the radar, I'm going to move that to back here for right now. We might need it, might not. I do need something tall to capture this entire base. We're going to pick up the oil drill, as well as the brake bed that hasn't been used because we've actually been working our employees, aka the kids, for 26 hours a day. Gonna put the oil drill right next to here. Gonna put the brake bed right here as well, just so that if they think about going on break, they might die to the cultists because that's what they deserve for going on break. This took 4 hours and 18 minutes as of right now. Insane. Day 418. Looks very nice though. The thing is, I don't think I've ever beaten the furniture trader before, even though I have gone this long. So maybe it's just the fact that I'm playing the decorator that we got extra items, and then that's what made him run out of stock. All right, reveal the base. Looks very nice. Left side. I'm gonna do this all from the aerial view. We have our farm complete with a corn table, many farm plots, flowers, torches, lights, making it look very nice. We have all of our girls' tents right here, complete with flowers, pillows, bean bags, a very bad bed because they got all the tents, so the boys got all the beds. They also have the biofuel processor, which I forgot to pick up, but there we go. And then back here, we have our temporal accelerometer and their very own garden complete with lights, flowers, defense is back there, as well as their own personal forest, complete with a ton of logs back there. But for the boys, we have a little bit different of a base. We have their very own garden complete with sunflowers. Not as good as the girls' base because the boys just like what's necessary, you know what I'm saying? And it's totally not because we don't have enough furniture. Then we got their tent, 2 torches, 2 pillows, very nice. They have actually a base defender though back there. Might add a lot of points, and they need all the points they can get compared to the girls' base right now. We also have down here just a few chairs and log benches in case anybody comes to visit. You can have a story time around the campfire, hang out, do whatever. Fountain, lightning rod, boost pad, oil drill because we do need to make money around here. We do not slack off. Back there you can see the 2 boys' beds complete with their own bookshelves, torches as reading lights, and the deer trophy, which the dino kid actually stole his lunch money. Then we have down here our 2 tables complete with a meat sandwich, with the freezer and shelves being decked out with even more meat, and ammo crate just in case any cultists try to break in. But that is the entire girls versus boys base. Let me know what you guys think of it down in the comments. Which side do you think won? The girls base or the boys base? But that is it from me. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and click on this video right here.